Hello and welcome, sports fans, to the Prince William Ice Center, home of the George Mason University Patriots. I'm John Baranowski. With me is Phillip Prevost as Widener University comes in town all the way out from Chester, PA. So, should be an interesting game here. Phil, what do you think?
What I think is, they're both pretty good teams right now. George Mason's coming off that really high-power scoring game against
Liberty.
Liberty, thank you. That game last week that we saw, and Widener's also coming off a big victory, aren't they, as well, against, what was that?
I just had that out, too, and I don't remember. Oh, here it is. So, Widener came and beat Salisbury University 4-3. Salisbury, another high-ranked team. I think they were 5th as of when they played them. And a team we're going to be playing later on at Salisbury.
Right.
So, should be a pretty decent game. Widener is 5-1, 1-1 on the season. Hasn't been too strong, but they did have a huge game against Mount St. Mary's University. Big game against Penn State Harrisburg twice. Big game against, where's the other one I'm looking for? A big high-scoring game against Johns Hopkins. So they have been drubbing teams 14-3, 15-2. There have been a lot of big margins of victory here.
Yeah, and part of it's part of their PP. The power play right now is ranked, I don't know if it's ranked, but it's 50% right now according to our statistics. So we can't tell if that's a little bit skewed, because if you have a block game and you're scoring 4 or 5 goals on a power play, you're going to have that. So we have to take that statistic with a little bit of a grain of salt. But still, 50%, I mean, that's unheard of. So George Mason's got to make sure today they stay out of the box, because we have our players that like to get in the net, in the gritty areas, because we score a lot of goals around there, and that's where you get the most penalties called, is when you're trying to get those dirty goals in the net. So you got to be careful, because this power play is deadly.
And I'm expecting a high-scoring game just based on some of the ones they've seen. When they play better universities, it goes to, not literally a shootout, but the game itself is a shootout. Again, 7-5, 4-3, 6-4. You're going to see a lot of those. When it comes to high-scoring games, can George Mason keep up?
They're going to have to. If they want to have a chance to make it into the postseason, which is going to be coming up fairly shortly, they got to. And part of it's going to be they've been scoring a lot of power play goals recently. They got to keep that up. Widener's PK is at 66% according to our statistics. That's low. Our power play is pretty good. It's ranked 22.8%, which is pretty high. We get our good chances, and they've got something going right now. They got to keep it going.
So we'll have to see if George Mason can step up here. We've seen major blowouts against Liberty, and then we've seen some games where it was hard to get one in the back of the net. Going to see how the puck luck shapes out. That's what's really going to matter here.
Right.
All right, well, that's going to wrap it up for us. We'll send you the drop of the puck and all the action right after this.
Okay, please join us on Saturday, December 13th at Prince William Ice Center when we take on the Virginia Commonwealth Rams at 2:30 to be able to raise $20,000 for Children's Hospital. Tickets are available through George Mason Ice Hockey at $10 a piece. And if you visit our website, www.gmuicehockey.com, you can get details as to how to donate or to purchase tickets. Thanks for your support. Appreciate it very much. See you at the game.
Fans, John Baranowski here with Phillip Prevost. George Mason against Widener University starts next here on Cross Ice Feed. Face-off won by the Patriots. It goes back to Baker. Baker along the near side. We'll flip it up along the near side boards. Gets into Widener territory where it's going to be scooped up there by Mike Tarquini. Tarquini lost it to Sevi Cordova. Hands off to Tony. Tony plays it off those backboards. Bouncing in, quick shot, score! Sevi Cordova took the feed from right behind the net. And that quickly, they're up 1-0. Matt Vesper in net could not hold off the first shot. of the brothers Cordova.
And it looks like Vesper lost a stick there too. Looked like it got caught away. And he was looking for that puck. He didn't even think it went through. He didn't think it was under him. He was looking behind him several times. That was a quick goal.
I definitely questioned it, but it definitely went in. The referee was signaling for it from the near corner. We'll have a face-off back just 18 seconds into this contest. Flipped back into Patriot territory. Sevy with the goal. Dylan Talbot will get the first assist. And then Tony Cordova with the second assist. 18 seconds into this game.
I was just looking at the statistics. That gives Sevy 25 points and Tony 23 for the year so far.
And they are climbing in the ACHA Division III rankings. I think I saw Sevy at 4th, but I'd have to double check that.
Yeah, I mean 2 weeks ago he was second.
We'll definitely have to check that first opportunity. As it comes back into the near side corner now, it goes for Connor Gear. Gear slapping it through center and is going to be connected to nobody. It's over the far side, scooped up there by Tony Kraft of Widener. He'll send it the length of the ice, and then Wayland will finally decide to cover it up. He had it on the paddle and finally said, meh, all right.
Yeah, he's just kind of sitting back. No one's coming towards him. He wants to see his team come back to get it, but his team was slowing down. He's like, all right, you guys need a break.
I got you covered.
Good to see Wayland back in the net tonight.
Yeah, it's been Fagerquist for the last few games that we have called. As it's played back into Widener territory over on the other side. Up and out. Shields will have to scoop it up. Back through center, and it's tipped off there by Brian O'Connell of Widener. Back to the near side it goes. Picked up by Guiney. Guiney couldn't hang on. Widener gets it back. Back through, and Shields will pick it up at his own blue line. Looks to push it up ice, but it got deflected. Back over on that far side, round behind that it goes for Garrett Pohl. With it is Widener. Brian O'Connell at the top of the slot, but he had his pocket picked and sent back up out of the zone. Back on the near side, Widener will flip it down deep. Wayland will pick it up behind his own net, leave it off for Garrett Pohl. He'll play it to Guiney. Guiney will force it through center, ahead for Lovejoy, and then back over to Guiney. But no, he lost it. It's back the other way for O'Connell. O'Connell stops to the near point, centers it through. It's stopped by a Mason player as it's played back the other way by Guiney over to Alex Mandeville. Mandeville looking for the pass, but there's nobody beside him. Expected to have at least a little bit of help there. As it's back through now the other way. Drew Phillip with it on the far side. He centers it off for Tim Leach. Leach can't get the shot off. It's played up and out of the zone. Cleared back along that near side where somebody stepped up for Nick Baker. Baker will step in. And back on the near side it goes for Danny Gassel. Played in. McAllister trying to get back to it. Kevin McAllister went over his head. Gassel steps in but can't hold on. It's back the other way now for Tim Leach. Leach puts it back. Quick shot from Phillip Carino. Save made by Wayland.
Good square save there from Wayland. Sorry, I got a little distracted here. Face-off's going to be down here in the circle left of Wayland.
As we'll have it back now for the Patriots. Played up ice is Brian Bach. Bach will try and send it ahead for Tony Cordova. Cleared now to the near side corner. Looked like it was an errant pass as Bach will step in and help out. He pressured up Phillip Iacarino on that far side as it's played up and out of the zone by Widener. Looked like we're going to have an icing call. Indeed we will. 17 minutes remains here in the first. It's 1-0 George Mason after a nearly immediate goal 18 seconds in.
Yeah, immediate goal right there at the 18-second mark. But since then, John, they haven't done anything. No shots on net. Widener's been, putting the pressure on trying to get the equalizer here. So George Mason's going to make sure they don't fall back into a relaxed state of caution.
As it's played over on that far side, point and played in for Dylan Talbot. It's back now to the near side. Widener going to pick it up. In there is Mike Tarquini. Along the near side boards. Centers through and pushed ahead. Where it's going to be taken there by Tim Leach. Leach gets to the outside, centering pass, shot and save made by Wayland off the side of the pad. Back to the near side for Sevy Cordova. Centering pass Pushed ahead there, but it's stopped off by Sevi Cordova. He left it off for Tony. Left off there, and Brian Bach will step in to play it into the zone. I think the brothers Cordova had a bit of a miscommunication as Sevi will play it in front for Tony with a stick lift. Will stop the opportunity. He gets the second shot off of the stick and up and out of play. Let's see if I finally have it here. The ACHA Division III scoring leaders. In ACHA Division III, Sevi Cordova sits 33rd in the entire ACHA Division III. I'll have to look for the Blue Ridge Hockey Conference and the Atlantic Division in a moment. Must have been in the Atlantic we were looking at.
That must have been. But it wasn't far off. 24. The top one was 38, so that's not far off.
No, not at all. He's nearing the top of the score sheet as it's back to the near side. Played in as Connor Gear forces a man into the near side corner. And battling for it, back over to that far side it goes for Brian O'Connell. Back on that near side boards, digging after it as the man knocked down. Connor Gear still trying to reach for it. Baker will come out with it. He gets to the top of the circle, takes a shot. Save made there by Matt Vesper. So let's see if I can get from GMU's website. That should help out, actually. I'll get it sooner or later as it goes over to the near side boards. Played in front. Widener will grab it and send it up and out. Baker going to try and retrieve it. Round behind the net as Nick Baker dangles past one man, sends it to the near side boards. Played off for Guiney. Guiney gets into the blue line. Fans on the pass, but gets it right back. Baker will have it. His pass is knocked off of his stick to Garrett Stratton. On the far side, Stratton. He fans on the shot. Back over and out to the near side it goes for Guiney, who kicks the puck off his boot. And down into this corner it goes. Eric Lickhouse with it. He sends it over to the far side. Skipped up by Drew Phillips. Phillips to the outside, dangles around Nash. Quick play in front. Unable to hold on to it. Back the other way for George Mason. Brian Bach takes the slapper from the blue line, but went off of the stick of, who is that? That's Anthony Lathrop right forward. Lathrop will get it back. It's back on that near side. Played up and out. Andrew Nash chasing it down, looking for the icing call, but we're not going to get it. Nash battling off Mike Geddes in the near side corner of the Mason zone. Played ahead, trying to get it through to Mike Morris. Over that far side it goes. Widener getting it right back. Back through, Nash will steal it off. Over to the far side now. And centered through, Nash trying to get to it. Played up to the far point, quick shot from a Widener player, and it's back over off of the stick lift. And over the far side, jabbing at it was Daniel Gassel, but he couldn't get any kind of possession. Well, I thought... Oh, well, can't seem to find the statistic we were looking for earlier. We'll just have to deal with it.
Yeah, we're just going to have to deal with it. The website I just went to was error.
As it's back over on the far side it goes for Shields. Shields from his own blue line will play it to Sevi Cordova now. Centering pass for Tony. Tony swings into the zone, bounces off. Quick shot came from Dylan Talbot. Nice play there, just couldn't finish.
That was a bullet shot there.
Back through it goes. Sevi Cordova with it from behind the net, now sweeping to the near side. Loses it at the near point, but he'll play a backhand pass down low to Tony in the corner. He's going to battle off Anthony Lathrop for that puck. Sevi Cordova up to Tony, puts it right in front on the doorstep. No one there to pick it up. Good chance there for Dylan Talbot, but not enough. Back the other way goes Matthew Reed, now into Patriot territory. Garrett Pohl fighting him off. He'll play it behind the net. It's back round to Tim Leach. Centering through, Tony Cordova will steal it. He flips it up and out of the zone over everybody. Good work on the Murphy dump. To the far side it goes for Mike Tarquini. Back to the Mason blue line before it's played back the other way, and it'll be Egan who will send it into Widener Pride territory. That's right, they're the Widener Pride. Back to right in front. Quick play for Baker. He looked for top shelf, but it hit off of the crossbar and up and out of play. No, it went down. He went bar down. I can't believe it.
I think it deflected.
Inside of the post.
It went bar up and down.
You saw it better than I did. All right.
It went bar up. It went off the crossbar, went up, and then it came back down. Right? Our camera guy's saying, I didn't get to see the second part, but he said someone smacked it down when it was coming down and it ended up trickling behind the goalie there.
Well, it's just going to be a fluky goal, I suppose.
Had to be probably knocked down from one of the Widener's players, because if it would have been...
Well, yeah, it would have been a hand pass otherwise, and you can't have that, obviously. Let's play it over the far side. Dan Vecchio going to step up on that far side half boards. 2-0 in favor of the George Mason Patriots on a fluky goal that hit the top of the crossbar and bounced up. Ended up in the back of the net.
It's kind of the second little goal that we had, a little bit fluky. The first one was kind of a fluke a little bit too. Kind of trickled in, you know.
Jeff Egan will get credit for that goal. Nick Baker will get the first assist and the only assist. 11:30 remains here in the first. It's 2-0 Patriots. As it's back through at center, Nick Baker will have it. He'll play it across the blue line, but they're going to look for a delayed offside, so Widener will carry it back the other way now for Nicholas Lane. Round to the near side it goes. Put back in by Drew Phillip. Phillip from the near side corner of the Patriot zone, played in front by Baker. Bouncing puck, steered aside by Nick Whalen. It will finally get up to David Guiney, and now through for Lovejoy. Lovejoy swinging to the far side, trying to look for some room. Takes the shot, stick save made. Played to the near side where Guiney will pick it up on the half boards. Along the near side, Widener will steal it back. Comes through now for Mandeville. Quick shot, went off of a stick immediately, and up and out of play here with 10:54 remaining here in the first.
And that puck, it was a little bit of a turnover just because the puck, when it was crossing the slot there, it was running into some snow, so it slowed down enough for George Mason to be able to try to capitalize on it, which unfortunately went up, you know, into the netting. Got to watch those. The ice will get you. It will get you.
Face-off won by the Pride. And back to the near side. Widener carrying up ice. With it there is Garrett Stanton. Stratton on the far side will play it into the Patriot zone. It's immediately taken by George Mason. Now to Bach on the near side. Cross-ice feed goes to Mandeville. Mandeville stops up once, looks, takes the shot. Save made on the pad and it went wide.
Hit the post.
As on the far side boards, already hit the post as Garrett Pohl has on that far side. Up and out of the zone. Pohl will get it back in center red, retreats to his own blue line. Now back to the near side for Bach. He takes the shot. Save made on the glove, but he can't hang on to it. It's slapped right back out into the slot. Back to the near side it goes for Garrett Stratton. Over the far side it goes, played up and out by the Patriots. Chasing it down will be Mike Morris. Morris can't get to it in time. It's played right back in, and it went back to Shields. Aaron Shields' stick. He played it down to the near side for McAllister. The play stopped up on the way in. Guess you're not going to call interference. It was man in the way. It wasn't malicious. It was played right in front. His man knocked down in front. That was Daniel Gassel who got taken down in the slot. It's played up and out now. It's going to be carried the other way for Tim Leach. Leach fans on that one. It goes well wide of the net over the far side, where it's going to be scooped up by Mike Morris. Patriots get it back. It's down to the near side for Aaron Shields. He'll carry up through center now along the near side boards. Swung around behind the net and over that far side. Morris puts the hit on as it's skipped up there by Tim Leach. Gassel will get back to it. He'll put it back on that far side corner. Chasing after is Mike Tarquini, and in behind him, Kevin McAllister. To the near side, it's up and out. Phillip Iacarino, I'll get that name eventually. Iacarino will have it on the near side. Over now, it's taken by Baker. Baker stole it from Iacarino. Now he'll put the long pass up to Tony Cordova, who will scoop it out of the air and play it to his stick. Tony Cordova to the far side. It's picked off of the stick by Iacarino, but taken right back by the Patriots. To the near side, Tony Cordova can't connect on the long toss. Icing waved off as it was touched up. It's over on the far side. Played for John Silverio. Silverio, hang on. Oh, what a big hit on the far side as, who was it? Brian Bach knocked down by Phillip Iacarino. To the near side it goes. Talbot will clear it in. Swung up and around the boards as it's cleared the length of the ice. We're going to get an icing call. Indeed we will.
I would say right now the referee's just letting these players play. I don't want to jinx it right now, but I kind of want to because I want to see some power play going. But there's been no calls on either side. So he knows what's going to happen now.
Now that you've jinxed the clean game.
Yeah.
8:17 remains here in the first. It's 2-0 George Mason. Patriots in gold, skating from left to right. And Widener in blue is the quick shot put on net and put up into the glass off the stick save. Quick shot again, and that one Tony Cordova will pop in the back of the net on the third rebound. Left out to dry was Matt Vesper, and the Patriots will make him pay.
Yeah, and that's a second goal now from that side. The rebound, he's not the goalie right now. He's not closing his pads against the post right now, just trickling in the back of him.
Well, yeah, he's got to get the pad positioning just a little bit better, but you know what? His defense did not help him out on that. 3 rebounds, no excuse.
Yeah, it is a team effort, and we're getting a timeout right now.
And I don't blame Widener for
Actually,
taking it.
I think we're getting a goalie change.
Yeah?
Yep. That would be 35.
Figures they don't have it on the list.
Yeah, I
Look
don't
at
have
the
a
score
list.
sheet. That's why I have Coach give us a copy.
Brandon Davis.
Brandon Davis. And we will get the timeout. Maybe they'll give him a chance to warm up because they no longer allow time for warm-ups. That's rule gone by the wayside years ago.
Oh, it is nipply here, you know. It's cold.
Right.
And it's cold outside, too. It's the first kind of real day. We're getting into fall now, so it's really cold now in the rink. So you got to let it warm up properly.
So it'll be Tony from Sevi. And Brian Bach will get the second assist.
We need to start. We need to figure out if they're Italian or something, like the Italian connection or something like that. Has some kind of nickname for them.
All I've got is Brothers Cordova. You got something better? I'm all ears.
The Brothers Cordova's
send
good.
your ideas to contact@crossicefeed.com.
Yeah.
I am all open for suggestions.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a little voting thing. We'll put a little voting poll up there, and you guys can vote on the best name for.
I think that's not a bad idea, honestly.
Maybe we could get some. I'm sure David Stearns is listening to this right now. David, can you make it happen?
Make it work. As the face-off comes back to Widener, he's going to kill us. Nothing like chirping your boss live on the air. Back round to the near side. Love you, Dave. Back around now to the near side boards. And round behind and over the far side. Bouncing puck nearly kept in by Garrett Pohl, but it's going to be stopped at center red, played to the near side boards. Aaron Shields will pick it up at his own blue line, retreats into his own zone, plays the bouncing puck off the near side. Big hit on Vecchio. Tony Kraft, the man who went into the boards. As play back along the near side, Egan puts a man in now. We got a lot of physicality from this line coming. Egan, who actually had the second goal on the night, that fluky one off the crossbar, takes it back behind the net as O'Connell battles him in. Egan will come out the victor, played on the far side, but it's going to be scooped up there by John Silverio on the pass, just not enough mustard on it, as it gets back in that far side corner. Played right in front, no one on the doorstep for Widener to work that up. Nicholas Lane missed on it, now it's Dan Vecchio. Looking one-on-one if he can corral that puck. He does get a handle on it, but not for long. Back the other way, and we just have a lot of mishmash hockey going on right now, as Shields was skating idly back to get the icing call. Beating him in will be Drew Phillips. Phillip with that puck on the near side of the near point, backhands the pass, but it's off of the skate of Guiney, and it'll be taken away by Vecchio. Vecchio will get to center red before clearing it in. Going for the change now as it's over on the far side. Eric Lacaus with that one. Over on the far side, up and out of the zone. Back now to Baker from the center ice logo. We'll play it in the near side. Cleared back out. Baker will have it. No, it's back the other way now. Nearly a 2-on-0. It's back to the outside of Zia Carino. Quick shot. He sends it wide, blocker side. Puck skips up and out of the zone. Lacaus has it. Pinned over on the far side. Scooping in to help will be Tim Leach. Leach doubles his way back. Nash will step up, but it's stopped back the other way by Matthew Reed this time. Into the far side corner it goes. Baker will pick it up. Baker in his own zone behind his own net. Works the breakout and out of the far side. Dances around one man. Will play it ahead for Lovejoy. Lovejoy along the near side. Look, centering pass from Mandeville. Quick shot! And it's somewhere in the wickets there. Waited with bated breath. As the last couple that have looked like that have been in the back of the net.
Davis looked, I think, 3 times. He tried to see if it went between his legs. He couldn't tell.
And neither could I.
I do think it's funny. I like watching Whalen sometimes because, you know, when there's a player behind his net with a puck, he takes his glove and he puts it up in front of the other player, tried to screen him a little bit. I love it.
It's the opposite of the Sean Avery play. There's a rule against that now. I don't know if it got to this level. I really don't know. Brian Bach will have it on the far side.
Putting the glove up and so
You can't. I'll get to a next stoppage since I know it's hard to see on the feed sometime. We're working on that. Comes back around to the near side boards. Played up ahead, and Morris will take it at center ice. Played over that far side, where it's going to be stopped for Eric Lacaus. Played on the far side, Garrett Pohl will play it back now to Brian Bach, right in front of his own net. Over to McAllister, working away out of the zone. Now Daniel Gassel, far side. He'll put the easy shot on, and it's going to be covered up there by Brendan Davis. So I'm not sure how many playoffs ago it was Rangers and Devils, and Sean Avery just stands in front of Martin Brodeur and just pulls his stick up and starts waving it in front of him, trying to block his vision and screen him. And the NHL had to make a rule that no, you have to actually be playing the play. You can't just be there to put your hands up in front of a goaltender. So, well, the opposite is true down here. As the puck launches way up in the air, and Widener trying to work it down because they know what happened last time. As a play right in front for Tony Cordova, trying to connect with Talbot. Talbot puts it right in front, and it's going to be covered up there by Davis once more. 4:54 remains here in the first period. It's 3-0 Patriots.
Widener needs to start doing something about their defense. There's 3 Patriot players around the net right now, and it doesn't look like any defensive play from them. They have 2. Obviously, 3 beats 2. In the words of John Madden, well, you got 3 players worth 2. You know, you're going to have some good things happen for you.
Typically.
Yeah. They got to figure some defense here.
I'll take Mario and Yager over anybody, but, you know, I'm biased. Back through along the near side. Tony Cordova in the near side corner.
Really, Yager.
Have you seen them back in the day? My goodness gracious.
Have you seen
I'll take them both now.
Mr. ARP now?
And back through it goes for Shields. ARP is a quality organization. Back around to the near side is cleared up and out. As it's back through, and I'll read this in a second as I'm handed a brief as it's put right back behind the net of Widener, and over the far side O'Connell trying to get there. Sevi Cordova will go in. He's knocked down by O'Connor. Far side it goes for Dylan Talbot. Up it goes for Shields. Quick shot. The puck went off the stick and awkwardly in front of the crease. That's over on that far side. Play through for Talbot right in front for Tony Cordova. Tic-tac-toe effort. Bouncing puck in front. Tony Cordova with his last chance on that one. And Tony Cordova getting a lot of pushing and shoving with Mike Tarquini in the near side corner. Tarquini clearly just going after Tony Cordova. As it's played back into Patriot territory. Puck knocked off the stick once. The second time, and now as Phillip goes in again on the far side. He's playing 1-on-5, and he's going to draw the penalty just by having that much heart and being 1-on-5 on everybody. It'll do it.
And there's our first penalty of the day. It does go against the Patriots. Trip. Pretty clear trip there. Got between the skates. You can't do that. 2 minutes in the sin bin. That's Sevi going in the box.
Apparently, Semyon Varlamov did the same thing that Wayland was doing earlier. They actually called it a reverse Avery. So
really?
It's a thing now. Back around to the near side, boys. If you get a chance during the intermission when we're throwing up the spinning puck, look it up on YouTube. I know we'll be doing that. As it played right in front, Wayland diving to be ready for the save. It never got through to him. Sevi Cordova in the box for cross-checking as it's put right in front. It's going to be carried out by Brian Bach. Bach working the short-handed break out the other way. Takes the slap shot. It's just wide of the glove. Back around on the near side. We have 1:30 remaining on the power play for the Pride. Back on the near side, Connor Gear tried to center the puck. No one there to pick it up, but a good way to clear another 10 seconds off. Back the way it goes for Matthew Reed on the far side boards of the Patriot zone. Long toss to the near point it goes for Brian O'Connell. O'Connell puts the shot wide. I think it was more of a pass to Garrett Stratton beside the cage. Battling for it from the near side corner goes Tim Leach. Now to the near side for Brian O'Connell. Round behind the net it goes. Garrett Stratton pinning the man down low. Brian Bach will come out to take it away, and the Patriots will work it up and out of the zone. A good clearing effort there. 55 seconds remains on the power play for the Pride. O'Connell will play it up for Stratton. Stratton puts the backhand pass. Mason will seal it. It's cleared well the length of the ice by Jeff Egan. 2:18 remains here in the first period. 3-0 in favor of the Patriots as Widener works their breakout again. Through center it goes, picked up by Phillip Iacarino. Round behind the net he goes. Up to the near side, Brian O'Connell. Bouncing puck round, down low it goes. Drew Phillip's with it in the near side corner. Trying to work it up to the near side on the point. And O'Connell couldn't get to it in time. Back through it goes for Carino again, breaking into the Patriots zone. He puts the play to the net, but not going to get through. Cleared up and out. 5 seconds remains on the power play for the Pride. And that's going to do it for the man advantage here with 1:35 remaining in the first. From behind his own net, it's going to be pushed up by Matthew Reed. Long toss onto the Patriot blue line, but the Patriots will step right back to it. On the far side, big hit on Guiney. Took out a man on the far side boards. Back along the near side. It's cleared up by the Patriots. Guiney in enemy territory will go back to it. Guiney looks like he's headhunting out there, trying to take down any player in blue. To the near side it goes. Baker with it. On the near side it goes for Lovejoy. He'll send it to the far side for Alex Mandeville, who crosses in enemy territory. It'll be just offside as Guiney was a bit overzealous, but the Patriot bench not approving of that one.
I was just looking up, checking my facts. Widener University is the Pride now, right?
Yes.
That was actually since 2006. They were formerly known as the Pioneers and the Cadets when they were a college still.
They were the Pennsylvania Military Academy.
Right.
Until 1976, I believe. Last minute play here in the first period as it's run behind the net, as it's played off. Brian Bach behind his own net will try and work the break up. A lot of pressure on him. He pushes up to Guiney, who couldn't get a handle on it. It's all the way down in front of the Widener net as it's played. Quick shot in front. Gloved out of there after the quick shot that came from Mike Morris. 37 seconds remains. 3-0 Patriots.
Yeah. So just talking about the college. So it was the Pennsylvania Military College, and then it became Widener College in 72 to 79. So it's 1972.
1972.
And then it became a university in 79.
Missed it by that much. As it's played round behind the net, goes for Nicholas Lane. He'll put it over the far side. Patriot Garrett Pohl will get it back at center red. As far as I'm concerned, their most notable alumni was Cecil B. DeMille, the director. As McAllister plays it right in front, can't connect with Morris over on the far side. Cecil B. DeMille, you might know from the colloquial phrase, "I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille." Famous director. Back to the near side it goes. Kevin McAllister will come to the outside. Bouncing puck. Of course, you look at the George Mason notable alumni page, and it's a yard and a half long. It is impressive how many heads of state and politicians and poets and lots of great people out of George Mason. But, well, if you're watching the George Mason broadcast, you probably know that already. That's going to wrap it up for the first period of play. Not much to speak of. I'm John Baranowski. With me is Phillip Prevost. Join us for the intermission report right after this.
Okay, please join us on Saturday, December 13th at Prince William Ice Center when we take on the Virginia Commonwealth Rams at 2:30 to be able to raise $20,000 for Children's Hospital. Tickets are available through George Mason Ice Hockey at $10 a piece. And if you visit our website, www.gmuicehockey.com, you can get details as to how to donate or to purchase tickets. Thanks for your support. Appreciate it very much. See you at the game.
Welcome back, sports fans. John Baranowski here with Phillip Prevost. Well, it's 3-0 after one quick goal, a fluky goal, and another good goal that just ended up taking out the goaltender. We saw Vesper pulled rather quickly in favor of Brendan Davis. Your thoughts on that period?
It's what George Mason needed to do. They needed to go out there. I wasn't expecting a goal 18 seconds into the game, but I think that's probably reflects on the goalie's play. What's his name? Vesper, right?
Yeah. Vesper was the first one.
He didn't play well. And I think, compared to the game against Liberty last week, where I felt that Liberty should have pulled their goalie earlier, I think they pulled him after the fifth or sixth goal, I
want to say.
At that point, it's over. Even though it was 11-5 at the end, he did score some goals, it was out of reach by then. The coach did a smart thing. He was able, all right, 3 down, first period, you're done. You're out.
Clearly there's something off.
Right. You're not having a game. Maybe it's from the long. Even though Philadelphia is not deaf because it's Chester's south of Philly.
Yeah, just south of Philly.
It's still almost a 3-hour drive. 95 traffic. Probably leaving earlier this afternoon. So maybe he just wasn't ready for the game.
Bus legs, nerves. You never know.
Yeah. So the coach did a smart thing. I don't know about the doing the timeout just then, but the goalie might need an extra warm up. It is cold in here today.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's just it. It used to be that they'd take an extra 10 minutes and do the warm-ups for the goaltender and let him play, but, I mean, that was a long time ago, and the game has sped up a lot since then. So that's when games would take 3 and 4 hours.
Oh,
Doesn't happen anymore, thankfully.
You can't have that. I mean, you're going to get a lot of tired players out there, especially if you go into overtime or something like that then.
And speaking of tired players, you might have noticed that we're on the Olympic rink today, and we didn't even get a chance to mention that.
Oh, yeah.
We are on the Olympic rink, which the standard NHL rink is 85 feet by 200 feet, and Olympic rink is 98 feet by 210. Now, it doesn't sound like much, but an extra 13 feet across and that extra 10 feet wide adds up to a lot. It was Anatoly Tarasov, the coach of the legendary Soviet team, figured out that skaters skate about 4 miles a game. 4 miles a game that you skate in about 26 minutes of ice time.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. He made sure his players could skate 8. That's how the Soviet team actually practiced. You skate 8 miles. You can do that in Russia. But
you still could do that in Russia.
You still can do that in Russia. It's cold. Anyways, with an Olympic rink, that's that much farther to go. The plays go that much further to the outside. Going across from boards to boards, that much farther. And that skating wears a player down. So conditioning is definitely going to be an issue as this game goes on. It has not been a problem yet, which I was pleasantly surprised to see. But that was only the first period.
Right. I think we're going to see it towards the end of the second, probably into the third. You're going to see the tiredness. And actually, with the Olympic rink, people have been talking about making even the NHL rinks Olympic sizes because
it increases scoring.
It would decrease the scoring, but then you would decrease the amount of injuries, I think, because more ice, more space. Players, like you say, would get tired, so they wouldn't be as,
But you have to go farther to hit somebody. There's not as much traffic.
So, but they won't do that because you're going to lose seats because you got to make the rink bigger. So.
Right. They missed when they replaced all the big rinks. That was the time to do it, and they didn't. So,
right.
Be a long time, but you never know. But again, that could be a factor. Hasn't been yet, but it's something to watch for.
It's early.
It is very early.
We'll see.
So 3-0. Widener clearly came out and had a bad start. Let's see if they can fix it, and if George Mason can squash that, because we've seen a couple times teams come out at the beginning of a period firing on George Mason.
Yeah, I mean, the most recent one was that Kettler against George Washington, and unfortunately it was kind of coach's fault a little bit. He jinxed him a little bit.
Baker Quiz by saying the word. So
the curse word, the word of curse.
No.
And that kind of had, 3 and one of them was a penalty shot too, so you really can't hold that much to it. But yeah, we've seen quick goals. You come out of that locker room and you're firing. Something the coach said. Some home cooking inside or something fires up a team, and you see quick goals. At the end of or the beginning of a period. So let's hope that George Mason's the team that does that.
And can just smother any thoughts of stepping up big in this one.
Right. I like to see one more goal before I feel comfortable. This is still too early to be comfortable with this game.
Absolutely.
Especially with the power play at 50% right now for... they didn't convert it the first time. They're 0-1, but don't give them any more chances.
Right. All right. Well, I guess that's going to wrap it up for us. That's pretty much all the stats we can throw at you right now. See how many of those stuck. Well, I'm John Baranowski. He's Phillip Prevost. We'll join for the drop of the puck pretty soon. Welcome back, sports fans. John Baranowski here with Phillip Prevost. Opening face of the second period, won by the Patriots. It's played down to Widener territory now. Swung around to the far side boards as Nash trying to get into it. He will. Bouncing puck goes to Sevi Cordova. Now to Tony on the far side corner. Back over to Sevi. Now to Tony behind the net. Looks right in front for Sevi. He got it off the toe and back to his stick, but wide. Far side now. Tony Cordova up to the near side point for Baker. Baker playing it to Talbot in the near side as GMU really pinching in narrowly into the zone there. As it's back the other way for Widener. Quick shot. They score! And from the outside it goes was Phillip Iacarino, a man who has been all over this game. Finally puts one in the back of the net. It's 3-1. What did we tell you about the beginning of a period?
Not the way we wanted it, though. No, we wanted it the other way. And I think part of it was George Mason was pinching so much, pinching right there on that blue line, and they gave up a turnover and just couldn't recover. So trying to do a little bit too much fanciness, paid for it.
Yes, indeed they did. Face-off won by the Patriots just 35 seconds into the second period. It's 3-1. As Widener will get it back. Quick shot off the draw there, and it goes another chance on the far side. Sent wide to the net by Nicholas Lane. Far side it goes for O'Connell. Back through center, stopped by Garrett Pohl, and he'll send it the other way. Carrying up ice through center now. Widener, looks like they have something going.
Phillip, assisted by number 21.
Iacarino will get the goal, and John Silverio the assist. 36 seconds into the second period. Is over the far side now. Nicholas Lane has it taken off by Connor Gear. Send it through for Vecchio. Vecchio, too much play in the way. His quick shot, bouncing puck, stopped by the goaltender. Second chance, Vecchio will swing round behind and put it in the back of the net. Oh my goodness, what a big kerfuffle in front.
And that's how you respond right there. You gave up one early period, then it's crushing to Widener right now. The goalie they had him beat. He was down, out for the count, and he was still grasping for air there, man. I mean, he was like, I'm not done yet. Come on.
Only a flesh wound. No, I mean, he managed to get that big first save on Vecchio, and I'm still not sure how he managed to get the stick in the way to do it. The glove in the way of the stick, I guess I should say. But that second opportunity, down on his backside, nothing left to offer. Defense left him out to dry again. Back through now to the near side. Back round it goes. Shields will take it. Round back to the near side. In the Widener territory.
Scored by number 52, Dan Vecchio.
Vecchio will get the goal.
By number 10,
Jeff Egan will get the assist.
assisted by number 16, Connor Gear.
And Connor Gear will get the second assist.
1 minute, 17 seconds.
Minute 17 into the second period, so it's 4-1. Shields will play it down into the zone, down low behind the net. Lovejoy will pick it up in the near corner. Ooh, he loses an edge on the way in. Back around the near side, playing it through, it goes. Shields will play it back down to that far side corner. Mandeville from the far corner in front, bouncing puck, played through Lovejoy, drove in towards the front of the net for that one. Save made there by Brendan Davis. 17:42 remains here in the second. 4-1 your score.
George Mason University Hockey is sponsored by Geico of Northern Virginia. Geico, where a 15-minute phone call can save you 15%. Call David Stinson, Sr., for a quote at 703-754-3555.
He's played over the far side off the face-off, off the side of the cage, and round behind it goes. Oh, big hit behind the net. Taken down was Mike Morris. Down all on the near side and cleared over that far side corner. Bouncing puck the length of the ice. Nash will pick it up, and over the far side it'll go. Played through. No, it's going to be stopped up there. Quick shot. Save made by Wayland.
Off a bad turnover. Up to this point, George Mason's been controlling the offensive pressure, but when it comes to the defensive zone, they're making some simple mistakes right now. They got to get their defensive mind back in.
As a bouncing puck sent just wide. Up to the far point it goes. Widener with it still. Played it to the net. It sails wide again. Back to the near side. Stepping in will be Tarquini. He'll send it wide. Far side now. Lacaus. From the far point, we'll put it down to that far side corner. Nash steps in. Iacarino will get back to it, centering it through. Nothing but yellow sweaters to grab it. Brian Bach the other way. Gets between the circles before playing it in front. No one there to pick it up, and it'll go a long way back. Tim Leach stepping up one-on-one against Shields. He dangles once, twice against Shields, but Shields gets the second effort. Good defensive play after some great offensive dangles. Far side it goes for Matthew Reed. Reed had his pocket picked by Gassel and is finally taken away as Sevi Cordova will have it. On the far side, the 26s will battle on the far corner now. Lacaus will lose it from there. Goes for Matthew Reed. Far side up and out. Tim Leach, far side, tries to play it back to Iacarino in front, but it's played. Oh no, it's not out. It's O'Connell who'll stop it in the slot. Played in front, bouncing puck. We're going to have a delayed penalty call that will save the Patriots there. Iacarino was right in the slot with all sorts of room. We're going to have a delayed penalty. 16:09 remains here in the second. It's 4-1 Patriots.
I still haven't seen the call. Did you see the call?
No, I think it's going to be one of those where the referee's going to tell the scorekeeper. We've seen enough of those. Looks like Iacarino will go into the box. For what? We'll find out from the public address.
Well, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on? Never heard a techno version of it.
It's interesting.
Oh, on the far side it goes. Baker will play it over to Sevi Cordova on the far half boards. Up top to Baker, top of the slot. Back over to Cordova on the far side. That's Sevi. Sevi, down low to Tony. Puts it in front, trying to find Talbot. It bounced off a player. Too many men on the ice, the call. As it's back through, it goes O'Connell, shorthanded on the far side, looks for the shot. Just sails wide. He was trying to connect in front with Matthew Reed. Back it goes for Mandeville on the near side. Stepping up is Nicholas Lane. Lane from the slot, quick shot, bounces off the glove. Oh, it's just wide.
So close.
And the whole crowd fell so quiet. I think I could hear myself echo off the far side boards. Far side it goes for that's Dylan Talbot on the far side. Up for Baker on the far side. Mandeville will play it in the far side corner where Talbot will get it back to Tony Cordova to try to connect with Sevi in front. Couldn't get it on his stick. We have a minute remaining on the power play for the Patriots. Far side it goes. Nick Baker will try and play it through. Left off Brian O'Connell. The Widener Pride is just too good at jumping on mistakes right now. Baker carrying to the near side for Tony Cordova. Tony Cordova to the outside. Back along that near side boards, was going to be played up to Dylan Talbot. To the far side for Baker. Over. Cordova trying to get to it. Down to the far side it goes. Sevi Cordova, that's still on that far side quarter. He gets knocked off the biscuit, but we'll get right back to it. Just 18 seconds remains on the man advantage. As Nick Baker couldn't hang on to it, it goes to Talbot. He'll flip it back to Baker, and he nonchalantly puts it back to his stick. He shakes off Tony Kraft on the way into the zone over the far side. Over the far side, Mandeville, he dropped back on the far point. Back now to Sevi Cordova. Power play expires. They're 5 aside as Sevi Cordova tries to drive to the net. Looking for another call as he was hooked up there. Nick Baker will stop it. And Ariel Carino, fresh out of the box. He had the other goal. Gets to the outside. Quick shot just wide of the net. Good play by Dylan Talbot to force him just enough to the outside. Back through it goes on the near side. It goes for Drew Phillip's quick shot. Bouncing puck sails wide again. Not by much. As it's played around behind, now it goes for Baker. Baker driving through the slot. Quick shot off the glove and up and out of play.
Wayland should check his glove a little bit. He needs to raise it a little bit higher. He's getting the tip of the puck, and twice now the puck's just been tipped over, and everyone holds their breath because we've already seen one for Widener go just trickle in and behind.
Yep, it can happen. I tell you though, the story of that shift was Nick Baker. He was playing like a man possessed. There are times where he says, "I'm going to do this," and just carries the team on his back. It's a shame he hasn't finished more of those opportunities because he's had a number of them. Back through center it goes. Now Brian Bach at his own blue line will drop back into his own zone. Play it to the far side for Andrew Nash. Nash lost it. Now it's at least a 2-on-1 forming as the defense gets back. Far side, Garrett Stratton will get put on his wallet on the far side. Big hit there. Back through it goes. Nash will play it ahead. Connor Gear looking for another man to smack as he centers it through for Jeff Egan. Egan along the near side gets in enemy territory, swings wide. Into the corner, he pivots about. Looking for an option as Garrett Stratton tries to knock him off. Now for Bach. Quick shot. It gets stuck in traffic off of Vecchio in front. The Pride back the other way. Far side it goes. Battling for it was Lathrop. They're going to have a delayed penalty called. It's going to be a hook against George Mason. And deservedly so.
I missed it.
Well, I mean, just in that bit of a battle trying to gain some positioning, it happened.
But that's like the third or fourth time in this period where George Mason's been caught trying to pinch down low, and they cough up the puck, and they've got these odd breakaways going on the other side. And that's kind of what happened on their first goal for Widener. So they got to watch it. You can't do too much fancy stuff there.
The defense, someone has to stay home. Someone can pinch. Someone has to stay home. As we have in the box Jeff Egan off the face-off win. It'll go to the far side for Silverio, who leads this team in scoring with 19 points as of when we got the statistics. Back over on the far side. Well, as of when the statistics were updated, I should say. I got it before this game. Hooking is the call as Philippe takes the shot. Blocker save, rebound in front, and they score. Matthew Reed picked up the loose change on the near side, and not able to get back to it was Wayland. Power play goal with 12:19, and, well, they're running 50%.
You can see Wayland's eyes like get really big when he saw the big open net because he was off and made the save on the left, and just couldn't get his stick down from the right side.
Oh, fudge. But he didn't say fudge. He said the word.
The word.
I don't know he said that for sure, but A Christmas Story, always a good time.
Oh, I'm sure that's what is going through his head, John.
Yes. Back to the near side it goes for Baker. Plays it down deep as Tony Cordova will go back after it. Centering pass for Widener, trying to take it back. Baker will step up at the near point and play it back to the near side corner where Tony Cordova will go after it. Back through it goes for Dylan Talbot. Talbot on the near side, half boards to Baker. Quick shot. Bouncing puck off of Sevi Cordova, but is caught up in the glove of Brendan Davis.
That was a good attempt at a deflection there. Pretty good. You can see that from here. And the defense let Cordova get, but you don't let the Cordovas get behind you because you're going to pay. Almost there.
11:52 remains here in the second. 4-2 your score in favor of the Patriots. Back round behind the net goes for Sevi Cordova. To the near side for Tony. So Matthew Reed will get the goal. Drew Phillip will get it. I didn't get this. As it's played right in front, it's Iacarino back the other way. And Silverio will get the second assist. As it's played back out along that near side. Stepping in will be Iacarino, and it's played in the near side corner. Andrew Nash will flip it back behind the net, over to the far side. Back through and out to the near side boards it goes. Nicholas Lane will try and play it through, nothing doing. Baker stops it off there, and he goes over to the far side, swinging well wide of the cage. Looks for the shot, he scores! And then just like that, Baker takes the team on his back, drives the net, goes coast to coast, and finishes off. It's 5-2.
He was on a mission, John. Going for the goal and froze the goalie. Goalie just had no, and Baker's a big person too. I'd be scared when he's coming at me, trying to launch a puck at me too.
He's okay. The cameraman is okay. He was shocked by that goal. He could not handle it. Oh, a big hit on the far side. As who was that? That was McAllister knocked on his wallet. Baker unassisted here with just under 11 minutes remaining in the second. 5-2 your score. Far side it goes. Garrett Pohl swings around behind his own net. Back to the near side, Morris will flip it through. I'm going to put Shep's thing on the highlight reel. I really think I will. Back through Garrett Pohl, quick shot save made on the pad, sent to the far side. Stepping up was Brian Bach, another pad save. We're going to have a penalty called against Widener. Going to be interference.
Yeah, just a little bit of interference there.
Yeah, just a skosh.
Just a skosh.
Well, Ryan Shepard does good work for us on camera, but he's still getting that one in the highlight reel.
I liked your excuse. Shocked by that, being a goalie himself, he was shocked by that
couldn't
goal.
Handle it. Case of the vapors.
If Vasper was still in net, Vasper had the vapors.
What?
If Vasper was still in net.
Vasper.
Okay,
you're reaching too far. Just a bit too far. Far side as Tony Cordova grabs it.
Hey.
He's trying, though. That's what really matters.
That means I get 50% on my test then, right?
And a consolation trophy. Far side it goes for Sevi Cordova on the half boards, down to Tony on the far corner. Back over to Sevi. Centering for Mandeville. Now to Talbot on the near side in the box. As they're saying is Anthony Lathrop for interference. It plays to the net. Quick save made and held on to by Brandon Davis. 1:27 remains here on the power play for the Patriots.
Let's take a second to look at one of our sponsors. George Washington. Sorry, my bad.
Wrong university.
Bad. George Mason University Hockey, sponsored by the Spine and Joint Institute, located in Fairfax, Virginia. Wait a second.
Back through. We'll get back to it. Garrett Pohl puts one from right in the slot. Played back to the near side. Back it goes for Brian Bach, who just barely keeps it on the blue line, but it's sent up and out now. 1:10 remains on the power play for the Patriots as it's stopped behind the net by Wayland. Over to the far side it goes. Brian Bach with it. Back through as Guiney can't get a handle on it. Neither can Vecchio as it's near the near side corner. Eric Lacaus with it. Vecchio will get it back in the near corner. Plays around behind the net. Finally, will go over the far side. Lovejoy going to retrieve it. He plays it back into that far corner for David Guiney. Guiney surveys his options. Will put it back behind the net. Lovejoy chasing it down. Looks through. Centering pass. Oh, it went all the way across trying to find Guiney. He fanned on the one-time effort. Cleared up and out, but right into Brian Bach. That one's going to leave a mark. But he'll put it back on the near side for Vecchio. Vecchio will send it in that near side corner. Goes behind the net. Lovejoy ridden into the boards by Aya Carino. I played over the far side. Guiney couldn't hang on. Now Lovejoy will have it on the far side boards. Back through it goes. Quick shot in front. Oh, and a good deflection. Vecchio made that quick shot a slow ball in front. 13 seconds remains on the man advantage.
All right, so Georgia Mason Hockey is sponsored by the Spine and Joint Institute. We're going to say this again. Located in Fairfax, Virginia, they focus on all family wellness, sports medicine, and your chiropractic needs. Call to book your appointment at 703-994-4874. Visit them online at the sjinstitute.com for more details.
Back to the near side it goes. Dylan Talbot from the near side points. Plays it to Sevi Cordova. Down low for Tony. Quick play in front for Sevi. Bouncing puck in the slot. Nothing doing. Plays it back again. And it went right across the crease. And Whalen has emphatically said that's the end of the man advantage.
I couldn't
back
tell.
behind the net goes for Sevi Cordova. Bouncing puck. Went through the air. Couldn't find Alex Mandeville. Far side it goes. We picked up by Drew Phillip. Far side, Mandeville. Far side half boards. We'll swing it in that far corner for Sevi Cordova. Plays it through the Tony. Now it goes for Dylan Talbot. There's times when they get that set up. You don't even have to know who's in front. You just know who's in front. Goes for Sevi Cordova on the near side. Usually it ends in Cordova. Puck bounces off, and it goes from Mandeville. Up to Sevi to Tony. Quick shot, save made. I think he might have got a piece of that as it went wide. Baker will stop it at the far point. Dangles around one man, then a second one. Then it goes to Tony Cordova. Flip through to Sevi. Bouncing puck up over his stick. And back the other way now for Widener with 7:35 remaining in the second period. 5-2 your score in favor of the Patriots. Baker in his own zone. Plays it off. Leaves it for Aaron Shields. Back to Nick Baker. Lofted ahead. Plays for Mandeville. Mandeville through the neutral zone along the near side. Now into Widener territory. Swings along that outside where he's forced out there. Back behind the net now. Backhand pass goes to the far side for Tony Cordova. Bouncing puck comes around behind. Pinching in there will be Nick Baker. Down it goes. Trying to get there was Mandeville. Can't seem to get to it. And it'll come back to Baker, but it's bounced out again. Brian O'Connell had it, and Aaron Shields says, nope, return to sender. Around behind that, Widener carries as O'Connell putting a long toss ahead, trying to find Phillip. It goes all the way to Whalen, who will leave it off to the side of the cage for Aaron Shields. He hands it off to Baker. Shields will glove it out of the air and play it to a stick before playing it ahead to Egan, who misses that pass, and it's picked up there by Anthony Lathrop. He sends it around over the far side. Patriots take it back. Vecchio knocked down after he touched that puck. Egan will have it in the far side corner. Getting back to it will be Connor Gear. Plays, no, not to Vecchio. It'll go instead over the far side as Brian Bach had a jump. Sorry, that was Nashua had a chance to it. Now Bach will race back to it as Whalen will play it off to him. Nearly an opportunity for Widener. Brian Bach turned on the Jets. Pushed ahead now, Connor Gear into enemy territory. Plays to the far side corner where Dan Vecchio will chase it down. He sends it to the slot, no one there. Vecchio will get back to it, but in the way is Garrett Stratton. Far side it goes for Nicholas Lane and Vecchio. Vecchio plays it round behind the net with 5:52 remaining here in the second. Along that near side, Widener will carry up ice. It gets to the Patriot blue line before Brian Bach sends it back. Again, another chance it goes in now as Garrett Stratton chases it down, but in the way is Andrew Nash, and we're going to have a whistle back behind the play. We think it's an offsides.
Yeah, offsides.
I was really delayed on that one.
Yeah. Nothing else to say. Yeah, it was pretty delayed there.
Yeah.
Yep.
McAllister chasing down the loose puck. LaCouse got in the way first. Over to the far side where it's stopped by Aaron Shields. Ahead for McAllister and now for Danny Gassel. On the far side it goes. Played off for LaCouse. Centers it for Garrett Stratton. To the near side it goes. Trying to get back to it was Mike Geddes. Geddes will get it and clear it across ice. That is up into the net. Glove it out of the air. Good save made by Anthony Lathrop.
How can you see the number from here?
I'm good.
I can't even see the number from
That's
here.
why I have my announcing
I can see
glasses.
the 11. I can see the 11 now. Okay.
Yeah, I got announcing glasses. It's the only time I wear my glasses.
Do they have special powers or something?
No, I can just read sleeve numbers again. Back to the near side, it goes for Pole. It's honestly why I got him. Over the far side, it goes for Morris. Bounce off the side of the cage, cleared wide of the net, out of the near side boards. Garrett Pole in the neutral zone will play it off. McAllister will turn around and grab it. Back to the near side. Round behind the net it goes on that clearing effort. 4:40 remains in the second. 5-2 Mason. To the near side, it's played ahead for Mike Geddes. Puck intercepted by Guiney, and then over for Garrett Pole at his own blue line. Guiney again ahead again. Went off of the linesman, and now Lovejoy will take it in the slot. He tries to center it, and nothing doing it over the far side now. Played for Shields. Shields couldn't hang on. Over the far side, and now we have an on-man rush, 3-on-1. Far side, Nicholas Lane takes the shot. It sails high. Didn't even look to a pass. Back to the near side it goes Mandeville. 2-on-1 with Mandeville and Guiney. Mandeville tries to pass that time, and it's well up over the net thanks to the stick of Eric Lacaus. Mandeville still has it, plays it in front. Took a deflection on the way through. Far side for Lane. Couldn't hang on. Guiney will have it over the far side. It goes for Baker. Baker takes that shot off of his own player and through center. It's back up and out. Baker will take it again. Round behind Baker, still with that puck deep in his own zone. Plays the long toss ahead for Mandeville. Mandeville looks, takes the shot. Save made on the stick. Second effort now as it's played back behind the net. Brendan Davis taking no chances. Back to the near side it goes for Nash. Down low for Mandeville. Widener will get it back. It's over on the far side for Matthew Reed. Centering through it. Stopped off there for Baker. Ahead for Sevi Cordova. He swings around behind the net. Sevi Cordova trying to set up shop. Back to the near side he comes. Looks, puts it up top for Baker. Takes a shot. Save made. Rebound. Sevi Cordova will put the rebound into the back of the net. It's 6-2.
Pretty.
Baker took that initial shot. It was saved by Davis. Put out to Sevi Cordova, and he had no wide open 4x6. Said, well, I'll take my chances on this one.
You gotta get those. When you get those rebounds like that, and you have the goalie that far out of the net, you gotta capitalize on there, and that's what Sevi did at 6-2. Patriots.
3:05 remains here in the second. 6-2 your score. And really, it has been dominating by the Patriots, with the exception of a few odd man rushes. We're gonna get a whistle right off the face-off there.
Leach, he was creeping a little bit early there. Called for offsides.
And the second face-off, won cleanly by the Patriots.
Patriots goal for number 26, Sevi Cordova. Assisted by number 14, David Talbot.
Talbot will get the first assist, and then Baker will get the second, so it must have hit Talbot on the way in. Has it played in front again, Sevi Cordova with it.
Patriots goal scored by number 26, Sevi Cordova. He's second of the game. Assisted by number 14, Dylan.
That's Sevi's second of the game. It's played back to the near side. Tim Leach in behind the defense. Looks to the outside, quick shot. Save made on the glove. 2:30 remains here in the second. A reminder that George Mason is having their annual fundraiser for Children's Hospital Cancer Ward on December 13th. Their goal is to raise $20,000 for charity and want as much support as they can get for a great cause. Stay tuned to their website. That's gmuhockey.com, I believe. And these broadcasts for more information. That's the Be Brave and Shave campaign, Heroes Against Childhood Cancer. Quick shot, flutters wide. And you saw Coach Hyjek with his nice commercial for us. Well, it's just him talking for 30 seconds. We'll turn it into a commercial. We filmed it right before the game. It's cleared up and out. We'll play that a couple more times just so you have all the information you can. We want as many people to come to that. It's a great cause. Back through on the near side now, Garrett Pole in enemy territory. Tries to set it for Egan and went off of his stick. Egan trying to get back to it as the goaltender had it on his stick, but we're going to have a whistle as he finally manages to cover up with just under 2 minutes to play.
Yeah, and actually at the time of the whistle, that puck was not covered up, but the referee lost sight of it, so that's when you're supposed to call it, and then he quickly got a cover on it. You don't want to give out any more goals up if you're Widener, because, I mean, the way you scored 2 in this period, you could score 4 in this period or the next. It's still a possibility.
Indeed it is. You never know. These games can turn quickly. We saw that against George Washington. As we have another chance, Brian O'Connell behind the defense will stop off as Brian Bach got in front of him. Takes the shot, rebound in front. Another quick shot and save. That was Drew Phillip to the near side. Ahead for Jeff Egan, who carries the mail through neutral zone. Back along that near side it goes. Bach with it as he steps towards the net. Plays it in front. Save made by Davis. He plays it right back to Bach. He sends it out to the far side, around behind the net. Put it in front, trying to find Vecchio, but is intercepted back the other way by Silverio. Silverio, this team's leading scorer, gets to the outside. Gets knocked off the biscuit there by Aaron Shields. Vecchio, back on the far side it goes. Connor Gear will play it ahead, trying to find Bach. Finally, it will find Bach, but it's kind of a bit of a rugby scrum through as Bach will have a chance now. 3-on-1, looks for the shot, he sails it high. Near side it comes for Vecchio. Bouncing puck as Phillips can't hang on. 1 minute left here in the second. Far side it goes, quick shot, save made, rebound for Egan, quick shot, save made again. Widener will touch up and we'll have a delayed penalty call. And I don't know what's going on in the George Mason penalty box, but I guess they're trying to keep warm by staying up off the floor. Hot air rises, but that's a bit much.
I told you that when we were last week in between the scoreboard. If one foot was only touching the floor and I had the other one folded and it wasn't on it, I was warmer.
Probably is ice underneath. Anyways, in the box is John Silverio, but I noticed those three guys in there almost flamingoing with one leg up. I just found it amusing. The sight tickled me as 50 seconds remains here as Talbot will play it over for Baker. Off the face-off win. Quick shot will get caught up in front. I think Mandeville might have been the man in the way. 40 seconds remain here in the second. Far side for Baker. Interference is the call on Silverio as it's center through for Mandeville. Quick shot, save made, bouncing puck just sails wide thanks to the blocker save. Second opportunity, again wide. Tony Cordova now to the near side, plays it back behind the net for Sevi, who swings down to the near side corner. Just 20 seconds left in the period. To Tony Cordova, put in front for Mandeville, he scores! And Mandeville will put the exclamation point on this period. It's 7-2, a power play goal on a nice play to get past the goaltender.
I was saying earlier, I don't like this view sometimes because sometimes when the puck goes over the bar and it looks like it goes in, but it's really not on the other side, you're like, oh.
14.2 seconds remain here in the second. It's 7-2 in favor of the George Mason Patriots.
That's their second power play goal, right?
I believe so. And it's back now to the near side it goes for Aaron Shields. Alex Mandeville will get that one. Tony Cordova with the assist. And that's it. Both for the assists and for the period. It's 7-2. Your score, I'm John Baranowski. With me is Phillip Prevost. Join us for the intermission report right after this.
Okay, please join us on Saturday, December 13th at Prince William Ice Center when we take on the Virginia Commonwealth Rams at 2:30 to be able to raise $20,000 for Children's Hospital. Tickets are available through George Mason Ice Hockey at $10 a piece. And if you visit our website, www.gmuicehockey.com, you can get details as to how to donate or to purchase tickets. Thanks for your support. Appreciate it very much. See you at the game.
Welcome back, sports fans. John Baranowski here with Phillip Prevost. Well, domination, the word of that second period, with the exception of the very beginning and odd man rushes.
I blame you.
Of course you do.
I blame you.
What else?
We said about how we want you, the team that came out. You know, you got to watch the teams that come out that score that quick goal because they something in the locker room they said, and that's what Widener.
Widener, yeah, not Wayland.
Not Wayland. Wayland's played great. That's what I'm trying to say. Widener came out and scored quickly. It was 3-1. We're like, okay. But then George Mason was able to come right back, and they've been responding every time since they scored every time Widener scores a goal. Well,
as I take off my announcer glasses for dramatic effect, it's that George Mason has had such control of this period that they're getting relaxed when they're in enemy territory. They'll set up in the Widener zone and they'll just work that puck around as many times, and all of a sudden Widener gets a chance. They get to the outside, they get someone in behind the defense, and that's when it happens. That's when these chances happen. That's really the only chances Widener has had this second period. That's how all these goals have been scored. That's how all these opportunities have happened. Not because Widener has worked an effective breakout or a neutral zone regroup. It's because of a turnover for George Mason letting someone in behind the defense.
Well,
oh,
it was a little dramatic there. They did score a power play goal there too, so you got to remember one of them was a breakaway goal.
You're right.
Kind of breakaway goal. The other one was a power play goal. But George Mason's been making a lot of mistakes with that. Thankfully, they've only given up 2, and they've scored other goals as well. But you have to make sure that you don't give up. Okay, yeah, we're up five goals. We can be lax. No, because teams are going to take full advantage of that, and you can't do that. You can't. Good teams don't do that. You keep the pressure on. Yeah.
I mean, we saw that 4-goal lead against George Washington fall by the wayside.
Went to 4-3.
And we thought that was enough. So again, for dramatic effect, it's important to stay on and push your way ahead and maintain control of this game.
And we've seen Widener score. They've had blowout games. I mean, we don't have the period breakdowns, but I'm sure they had periods where they scored 3 or 4 goals. Scoring 5 in period 3 doesn't seem that out of control for this team. They're a decent team.
So it's all about finishing. My high school coach in football said, cut the rope, finish them, end them. Don't give them any chance to climb their way back in. Cut that rope and end it.
As I like to put it, you put your foot on their throat and you cut the air off.
That's a little more violent. Okay.
Well, I'd like to be a little bit more violent.
Well,
it's hockey. Come on, man.
I guess that's true.
Anyways.
All right. Well, guys are going to wrap it up for us. We'll send in the drop of the puck in the third period of play right after this. Welcome back, sports fans. John Baranowski here with Phillip Prevost for the third period of play. Back in net for Widener University is Matt Vesper, and he'll make the quick save off the face-off and cover it up. It was Brandon Davis for a period and a half-ish. And now back in is Vesper. I guess Davis let in too many, and Vesper says he's ready to play again. And, well, off the face-off window, snap down another one.
He's got those 2. Last time he was out there at the beginning of a period. Not so lucky.
Yeah, he looked like the start of Marc-Andre Fleury's career. 1 shot, 0 saves. Back to the near side. It's gloved down by Baker at the near point. He gets through to the slot, takes the shot off to Guiney, who gets to his stick. Quick shot, save made, and it sails wide. Back round to the near side it goes, where it's going to be stopped off by Widener, but Tony Cordova will get back to it. It's played cross ice now, trying to work it through. Far side for Andrew Nash. We're going to have a delayed penalty call coming against George Mason. 19:21 remains here in the third period of play. 7-2 your score in favor of those Patriots.
They're calling George Mason with an elbow.
I didn't see an elbow, but might have been behind the play. David Guiney going to the box. 2 minutes for elbowing. So we'll have the face-off to the far side. It'll be won by Widener. Their power play running at 50% as it's back to the near side. 50% in this game and allegedly 50% on the season. Far side it goes. A quick shot in by Tarquini. Back to the near side, up, but not out of the zone. Kept in by Matthew Reed just in time. To the near side, corner goes for Silverio. Leading scorer on this Widener team with 19 points as of last game. Near side, Brian Bach will take it away. Back along that near side. Bach with a tease it up, takes a shot. Save made, but not in the glove. Second opportunity there. Just jumping in was that was Danny Gassel had that last chance. Unable to hold on to the glove is Matt Vesper.
Yeah, Vesper, he thought he had it, and he was kind of being a little, what's the word I'm looking for?
I have no idea.
Huh? He said, camera says attitude, so that's not the word I'm looking for.
Sure. Over the far side it goes. It's played up for Phillip's. Phillip's knocked off the biscuit and it's round behind the net. Now it goes. Garrett Pohl having it. Back along that near side. Vecchio can't hang on. Phillip's will get it back in the near side corner. Bounce it off the backboards and over to that far side. Phillip's still chasing it down. Up top for Tarquini. Now to the near side. Ahead for Brian O'Connell. Quick shot gets to the net. Save made by Whalen. Around behind it. Vecchio will steal it, and he gets to the outside. He's got O'Connell to beat, and he's got Egan with him. Vecchio looks for Egan, couldn't connect on that pass. Short-handed effort there with 40 seconds remaining on the man advantage for Widener. Back through it goes, where Bach will try and clear it out. Nothing doing there. Far side, Vecchio, and now Egan. A good stick check, so sweep check by Brian Bach will knock it away. 25 seconds left on the power play for the Pride. To the near side it goes for Phillips. Phillips will get to the outside. Far side boards now. Pushed over there by Morris and Shields. He puts it up top to the far side. Quick shot came from Lathrop, sent wide. Back along the near side it goes. Lovejoy will clear it up and out, and that's going to end the power play for the Pride. Morris giving chase there to Lathrop. Far side it goes for Shields. Shields picking up a loose change, plays it to Baker in the near side in his own zone, ahead for Lovejoy. McAllister trying to get back to it, but O'Connell will steal it away. Back through it goes, Tim Leach with it. Fans on the pass attempt there. He'll leave it off for John Silverio, who'll clear it to the near side corner. Baker will pick it up in his own zone. Baker still battling with it on the far side now as it gets it through. For Garrett Stratton will put it in, but it's sent right back by Morris. Now nice and call against the Patriots with 16:44 remaining in the third. 7-2 your score in favor of the Patriots.
On that last penalty kill, I think there was the same amount of chances shorthanded for George Mason as there was for Widener. So they did a very good job, you know, taking away those passes. Bach had a great sweep check, as you said, to get the puck out of the zone. So, I mean, those are the things you got to do and do consistency.
Face-off won by Widener.
And we have the T-shirt toss down there.
And that's why the fans look like piranhas. Back through it goes now to the near side. Shields will pick it up. Actually, a decent crowd here. They've been sitting on their hands to keep them warm. It has been chilly here on the Olympic side. Back to the near side it goes. Ahead for McAllister. Pushed ahead for Lovejoy. Can't seem to get back to it. It's back to the near side for Shields.
My drink is now colder than when I got it.
Pushed up and out of the zone from his own blue line comes Widener. That was Borelli. First time we've seen him as it's played back into the zone. George Mason with it, plays it up ahead, trying to find Sevi Cordova, just a bit wide. It goes deep into Widener territory. It's going to be picked up by Tony Kraft. Kraft, a lot of pressure on him, played up for Garrett Stratton on the far side. Sevi Cordova had it for just a moment before Stratton will grab it and send it the length of the ice. Bach will pick it up in his own zone. Pushed ahead for Sevi Cordova at his own blue line. Can't get back to it. Tony will help out. Tony through center. Dangles twice, puts to the far side. Quick shot. Sent just wide. I think there's a stick save effort there by Vesper. Back along that near side. Tony Cordova missed the hit. Carrying up ice is Tony Kraft. Kraft along that near side. Quick shot will go off the stick of Bach and wide. Andrew Nash will pick it up behind his own net. 15-15 remains in the third. Far side. Guiney battling for it against a few players. That was Phillip Iacarino, who had a goal on the night for Widener. Back to the near side it goes for Anthony Lathrop. Quick shot, save made. It goes over that far side corner where Guiney will pick it up. Puck bounces. We'll have a collision on the far side. We're going to have a call based on it. I believe against Widener will be an interference.
Yeah, that little interference there. Just gauche.
Phillip Iacarino as they... What is that? They mixed Dragnet with the People's Court? Is it the People's Court?
This is Law and Order.
Law and Order. My bad. I don't watch these shows.
Well, you should.
I watched Dragnet back in the day.
I mean, I know so much about law now from watching Law and Order. I could be my own lawyer, which I would never suggest, but...
Well, it's just cleared up and out. Yes, television, the greatest educator one can have.
You turned out fine. What are you talking about?
Fine is not the word I'd use. It's cleared up and out. Widener will play it back. Garrett Pohl from his own blue line. Minute 38 remains on the man advantage. I don't know what the cameraman said. I don't think I want to know what the cameraman said.
You don't want to know.
Vecchio will get to his own blue line. We're going to have an offsides call with 1:31 remaining here in the third.
Let's take a second to talk about George Mason Hockey is sponsored by Glory Day Grill. Going out before the game, after the game, to watch the big game, then go to Glory Days Grill, the official sports restaurant of the George Mason Patriots.
14:27 remains here in the third. 7-2 your score in favor of George Mason over Widener University Pride.
Yeah, we actually forgot we could have got free wings from Glory Days Grill, and we just forgot to get the coupon. I completely forgot.
I was unawares of this, so I hope other people will know about this and take them up on that offer. Back through it goes. Hey, free wings. Never turn down free wings.
We got to figure out. We got to know what it is, because I think it's so many goals they score or something like that.
I will be all about promoting a free wing promotion. Back over on the far side it goes for Tony Cordova. He goes through the neutral zone before a poke check there by Lacaus. And a good one as Brian Bach dove his way ahead trying to stop that one from leaving the zone, but he was unsuccessful in his efforts. Whalen will play it behind his own net and leave it off for Nick Baker. Baker, no, he lost it off to Phillips. Phillips all alone, quick shot, save, made the glove, rebound, and it is taken away by Baker, coming back and making amends. Stand-up effort by Nick Whalen. 35 seconds remains on the power play for the Patriots.
Sorry, just listen to what the crowd's saying.
Crowd getting into it? Is that?
A little bit. Not as good as we had.
Last time against
time.
Liberty was amazing. We're just not seeing. It's the temperature. I'm telling you.
They were cheering on the Zamboni driver.
It goes for Bach. He puts one off the crossbar and gets back to his own rebound. Backhand effort still, and a save made there by Matt Vesper. 11 seconds remains on the power play. Big efforts by Bach. I guess we shouldn't complain. Usually, we're on this rink. We're on the far side in the scorekeeper's box, and is it cold? I got to bring a thermometer one game.
I would bring the one off my desk, but my kids broke it. They knocked it over. It broke in half.
Students.
It was just a Walmart one. It cost like $5.
Wow. Far side it goes for O'Connell. To the outside, he's got Shields to beat. Plays it back through for Phillips. Stolen away back the other way now for Connor Gear. Gear gets to the outside and then takes that shot, sails it to the near side boards, where it's going to go for Danny Gassel. Gassel tries to step up, take away from Kraft. Push it ahead, Shields will stop it at center red before playing it back into the zone and off of the goaltender. Nicholas Lane will pick it up for the Pride. Lots of pressure on him. It's taken off of him behind the net. Quick play in front to Gear, and he couldn't hold on to it. Back to the near side boards. Egan will try and put the man off the puck as it goes from Gear to Shields, now to Egan on the near side half boards. Into the corner. Put right in front. Gear can't get the shot off. To the far side, Gear will go after it. In the way was Nicholas Lane. He'll play it ahead. And then in back behind the defense is Drew Phillips. He's got Shields to beat, and then Garrett Pohl jabbing in to pitchfork it away. Play through O'Connell, trying to drive it to the net through his feet. Couldn't hang on, but now he will get back to it at the near side point. Plays it to the net, trying to get the deflection in front. Nothing doing. Far side, Nicholas Lane will put it towards the net. And just a horde of yellow sweaters in front. Gear centers it through for Daniel Gassel, who was admiring his pass and nearly got knocked off as it's on the far side. Nicholas Lane trying to put it through. And back in front for Shields, now to the near side for Baker. Baker can't get back to it. Drew Phillips with it. Played in along the near side. Ahead for Tony Cordova, who lost it at the red line. It's back the other way now for John Silverio. He lost the biscuit. Shields will pick it up. Ahead for McAllister, now on the near side. He looks to the outside in enemy territory, centering through for the slot. Can't seem to make the connection with Mike Morris. Back on that far side it goes for Silverio. Battling his way along the outside. Oh, a big hit on the far side, and they're going to call Morris for something.
Board, maybe?
Boarding or a hit from behind?
Hit from behind, but
I feel he turned at the last second, but I mean, 2 minutes is 2 minutes. You're going to see something on that play.
yeah. There was a couple of big hits before that, so you knew they're going to call something just to try to keep the game even.
In hand, yeah. I mean, you can't let the referees definitely can't let that go.
And I do want to point out that the feel of this game is a lot different than against Liberty or definitely against what?
They tossed
him.
Oh wow! I don't know why. Yeah, they're putting up the 5 minutes for that.
What?
2 minutes, sure. We're all a bit confused about that up here.
Coach Hychak wants an explanation too.
I think I do too.
Well, if you're going to get back in the game, this is where you do it. Separates the men from the boys.
Widener on the all-you-can-score buffet for the next 5 minutes. Round behind the net it goes, put right in front for Aya Carino. A save made by Whalen. It's played off to the near side boards. We all talked about Widener's power play. Well, now we get to see it for 5 minutes. Tarquini plays to the near side corner for ACHA. Up top for Brian O'Connell. Checking from behind and a game misconduct. As a round behind wraparound effort, save made by Whalen. It must have hit his toe and played right to the center of his pad. He managed to cover up that one in an odd location.
It was going 5-hole, and he stopped, and he actually went and put the hand, behind
him, make sure.
to make sure it wasn't going behind him.
Why would you show us in this? Don't scare people.
Yeah, they see enough of us.
Back to the near side. 4:26 remains on the power play, the 5-minute major, as it's played over the far side boards now for Tim Leach. Center through and cleared up and out by Lovejoy. Tony Cordova skating in slowly but surely. He'll pick the pocket. Backhand Everett nearly had the short-handed right there. As played back in that near side corner, Tony Cordova killing off some time, but no, it's taken away from him. Phillip Iacarino drives into George Mason territory, pushed to the outside in the near corner. Over on the far side, Brian O'Connell will play it now to the near side for Iacarino. All this happening in the near side corner where it's played now. Up top, quick shot came from Nicholas Lane from the near side point. Over to the far corner now, the rebound comes. Push to the near corner for Brian O'Connell. O'Connell still with it. Puts the slap across the ice. A quick play in front. No one able to put it in on the doorstep. Back up top they go for Nicholas Lane. Down low for O'Connell. Puts the shot on. Save made by Whalen. Back behind the net. It's over on the far side for Leach, and a quick shot off the side of the cage will be covered up by Whalen. 3:14 remains on the all-you-can-score buffet.
Number 26, Seti Cordova.
9:14 remains here in the third. 7-2 is referee Shepard giving us a quiz. I'll relay what it was next stoppage. Far side it goes, and goes for Silverio. Back behind the net, where it's picked up by Baker, and he'll send to the length of the ice. 3:03 remains here.
Shep's Corner. We can have Shep's Corner every game.
I like it. We have a segment brewing. Back on the near side goes for Baker. Back through it goes now. Goes for Phillips. Far side, well, through center now. Phillips will have it. Tried to dangle through. Seti Cordova will grab it and send it length of the ice. Speaking with how cold it's been in here, I actually used this joke today. I said, hey, go stand in the corner if you're cold. Why? Because the corner's 90 degrees. Back through along the near side. You're welcome, people. Anthony Lathrop takes the shot. Goes off of Brian Bach's shin pad. Lathrop will get it right back. Mandeville will keep it in front of the net and play it up and out of the zone. LaCouse stopped at the blue line, played to the far side, but the Patriots will get it back. 2:16 remains on the 5-minute major to Mike Morris. Pushed ahead, and Mandeville couldn't get back to it. Puck will go right to his stick, but he's not going to be able to hang on to it. Nearly got a tripping call in that process. Back along the near side, it's cleared again. We have 2 minutes left on the 5-minute major. It's played over on the far side. Garrett Pohl trying to get in the way and play it back in. Delayed offsides as Mandeville's still in. Mandeville looks gassed. I'm not sure why he's still out there. Back along that near side. Carrying up ice to Eric LaCouse. Gets to the near side. Drops it back for Phillips. Phillips from his own blue line, from the enemy blue line, puts it on the far side. Cleared up but not out. Phillips driving to the net. Save made by Whalen as the attempt in front. Cleared up and out. Tarquini chasing it down in his own zone. From behind the net, he'll work the breakout. Minute 23 remains on the power play, the 5-minute major, what's left of it. The center swing will come through, and O'Connell will leave it off for Tarquini. Back down to the near side. Pass a bit too far, but Phillips will get back to it. No, it's slapped away by George Mason. Minute 10 remains. LaCouse. Egan will step in there, and Guiney will take it on the shorthanded effort, trying to kill some time. He'll center it through, but he'll play right over to John Silverio. 2-on-2 back into the Mason zone. He drops it back for O'Connell. Trying to play it through back to Silverio. Can't make the connection. Shields will take it and clear it up and out. 45 seconds remains. The Widener bench, most of the players on their feet. They want something. They can feel it. Far side it goes for Garrett Stratton. Center through for Egan. Egan, shorthanded in the slot, and he'll swing to the outside to kill some time. Play it back to Shields in the neutral zone. The smart play there, rather than battle for the shorthanded opportunity in front. Kill time. Cleared back in. Tony Kraft will set the breakout. Center swing will be carried by O'Connell. Played back to the near side boards for Tarquini. Just 13 seconds remains on the man advantage. As Mason will get it back and clear it once more. 5 seconds left. Silverio carrying now. Avoids 2 players and pushes it ahead for Garrett Stratton. We have 5-a-side hockey. Quick shot. Save made by Whalen. And he'll put the punctuation mark on that one. 5:55 remains in the third.
And that 50% power play got zip. Nothing. Zilch on that 5
And
minutes.
that has to be a killer for Widener. 5 minutes of power play. They've been great on the power play this season, and they get bubkus.
And they really didn't have that many good looks either. A lot of times it was neutral zone. George Mason did a very good job beating up the neutral zone, didn't let Widener get into the zone.
Force him to the outside. I mean, and that's just it. It worked. Cover up in front. Keep them to the outside. They'll take those long shots all day. Back low on the near side, Brian Bach now will swing through center, but it's taken off of his stick. Dan Vecchia will stop it in his own zone as he pushes the far side. Back through it goes for Anthony Lathrop. 5 minutes, 35 seconds left here in the third. 7-2 Patriots. Far side for Bach. Bach into the corner. Drops the puck off, just leaving it there. Stepping will be Nicholas Lane, but he missed it. Back now for Mandeville, put it in front. Can't make the connection. Up top to Nash. Nash takes a shot. Bach tried to deflect it in front. Couldn't get much on it. Lovejoy on the far side half boards now. Centering trying to find Bach. It got caught up in front, but it's to the near side boards now. Nash steps in, pinching for it. Lovejoy from the near point to Bach. Quick shot. Oh, that hit someone up high. We're going to have a whistle for a hand pass that must have hit off of somebody's body.
Our coach goalie, over here, Shep, said about the
Coach goalie.
Coach goalie.
Coach goalie.
Coach. He said about the Olympic ice, and I think the Olympic ice is affecting it 2 ways right now. First, a bit more ice. Set plays don't necessarily work as much because there's more ice. Second, I think Widener's getting tired. I mean, both teams look tired, but I really think Widener looks so tired. They're getting worn out from, bigger ice. And
as Sevi Cordova fed Guiney, and Guiney waited and couldn't find the opportunity, I figured I'd let you finish. Unless
I was trying to. I had like one word, but I figured I stopped. It was just better if I stopped.
Just trail off. Cordova will leave it off for Guiney. Back to the near side. Into the zone, swinging around into that corner. Bumped off once, but no, he's going to get it back. Pole from the near side point. Feeds it over for Shields, trying to get to it. It's going to stepping in is Zach Brooks. Shields will get back to it at center red and flip it back into the zone. Guiney will intercept the pass coming out of the Widener zone. Oppressive is the way to describe George Mason this third period. Tony Cordova on the near half boards sidesteps the hit. Can't get back to the puck, but Garrett Pohl will stop the clearing effort at center red. Pohl back on the near side boards. Puts it into the zone. 4 minutes remain here in the third. 7-2 Patriots. Tony Cordova will leave it off for Sevi. Nope, it's going to be intercepted. No, Guiney had a chance in front. Couldn't get a handle on it. Back along the near side it goes. Tony Cordova in front. David Guiney couldn't connect. Andrew Nash will pinch in. Play it back behind for Sevi Cordova. He flips it in front. No one there. George Mason loves working that play from behind the net. Love the icing call. Trying to throw it on the doorstep, see if somebody will bite on it. And, well, it's worked a few times this game, but not as much success as they perhaps would have liked.
And I think part of it's because this is not really a rival game. They're still a good team, but it's not a rival game. It doesn't have that rival feel like against like Georgetown or George Washington or James Madison. I'm thinking of James Madison.
Even against Liberty, they were out for blood. You could feel it. There was a tension there, even up 10-2.
And you don't get that right now.
No. But tomorrow night at 5:20, we have Loyola. They are ranked. They are good. We'll get more information on them later on, I suppose. It's over on the far side. It's all in the folder, but don't feel like digging for it at the moment. Far side goes for Tony Kraft. Kraft will push it up ice. Aya Carino. Back through backhand effort. Save made by Whalen. And it's carried up now by Nick Baker. Baker now to the near side for Gear. Gear pushing it ahead for Daniel Gassel. Can't seem to make the connection. On the far side, Gassel puts the man down, and we're going to have a whistle as I guess that player was on top of the puck, and they don't want to have to try and dig the puck out from under him. Well, another reminder that George Mason is raising money for Children's Hospital. That is going on now. So go ahead, buy your ticket, make a donation. It's a great opportunity, a great cause, and I hope that they can make their goal of $20,000 for the Be Brave and Shave campaign.
I want him to double.
That'd be amazing. It would be. Centering effort stopped off by Widener. Loyola is ranked 12th in the Atlantic region. ACHA Division III does it by region, and the rankings only go to 15, so not too shabby. It's going to be important, this game, tomorrow night, 5:20 p.m. here on Cross Ice Feed. Vecchio on the far side boards. Back over on the far side, as played through Lovejoy. We'll get back to it. Back through, intercepted by Widener, carrying up ice is Lacouse. Quick shot, save made by Whalen, and he's going to hang on to that one.
Talking about some more upcoming games, we talked about we have Loyal tomorrow at 5:20 here at the Prince William Ice Complex. Then they're going to be away. They're going to be at Penn State Altoona Friday the 14th, and then in our backyard from where we're from at Robert Morris University in Pittsburgh at the RMU Ice Sports Center the 15th.
Down on Neville Island. Great facility. As Guiney will get in behind the defense. Looks, dangles, shot, save made. Picks up his own rebound behind the net, battling for it. Still Widener trying to get it away. Minute 35 remains in regulation. Cleared up and out over everybody. Chasing after will be Baker. Baker behind his own net. Swinging to the near side, carrying it through neutral zone. Gets to the blue line before losing it. Tony Cordova had a chance at it, but it's picked up the other way for O'Connell. Slapped off him was Aaron Shields. We're going to have an offsides call as Shields under the zone.
Continuing with the schedule, then they're going to do a home and home in 2 weeks, the weekend before Thanksgiving. They'll be here Friday. They'll be on crossicefeed.com against Richmond University. And then they'll be at Richmond University at the Richmond Ice Zone on Saturday the 22nd. Then there's a little break. Then they have East Carolina University the 5th, UNC Wilmington the 6th and the 7th. So they got 3 games Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then the charity game the 13th, and we're right towards the end of the season.
And the postseason. Minute left here in this 7-2 contest for George Mason University. It's over on the far side. Far side is picked up there by Borelli. Had a chance at it, but it's easy save made by Whalen. Played off that far side boards. Picked up by Brian Bach. Will send it to the near side for Sevi Cordova. 42 seconds left here in the third. Sevi Cordova into the slot. Plays it off for Tony. Tony looking for the shot, and the net knocked off its moorings as Vesper was going way in the wrong direction and decided to take everything he could grasp onto with him.
That was the flailing movement.
If I'm sliding this way, I will take everything.
Wasn't there a video about a goalie that took his net off recently?
Yeah, Shep was just mentioning that. I forget the name. What was it? Rob Leggio, I believe his name is. In the AHL, pushed the net off its moorings to take a penalty shot rather than 2-on-1. 2-on-0.
2-0, yeah.
Yeah. Figured playing 1-on-0 was better than 2-on-0.
Statistically, probably.
And now there's rules against it. Oh, it's a big hit on the far side. We're going to get the offsides called after that. While we have the moment, I never did relate Shep's question. When a goaltender gets a major penalty, who serves the penalty?
The goalie.
The goalie does. I've seen it with a 10-minute misconduct. Actually, among my first games, and we couldn't for the life of us figure out why the goaltender was switched, but he had to go to the box because he had a 10-minute misconduct for language issues. Back to the near side. And that man now works deep in government. No, it wasn't.
Appropriate placement then.
I forget who it was. Anyways, 7-2, your final score. A lackadaisical end to that contest, and a well-deserved victory for George Mason University.
Yes, very deserved. This team is on a roll right now. They are scoring goals, and defense has done very well. Only 2 goals this time. They gave up 5 last week. Very good defensive play. There's stuff to still clean up. They gave up a lot of odd man, things. We'll talk about that more in the post game. But overall, good effort.
All right, well, that's going to wrap it up with us. Join us for the post-game show and hopefully some interviews right after this.
Okay, please join us on Saturday, December 13th at Prince William Ice Center when we take on the Virginia Commonwealth Rams at 2:30 to be able to raise $20,000 for Children's Hospital. Tickets are available through George Mason Ice Hockey at $10 a piece. And if you visit our website, www.gmuicehockey.com, you can get details as to how to donate or to purchase tickets. Thanks for your support. Appreciate it very much. See you at the game.
John Baranowski here with Phillip Prevost. Well, we got our interviews ready to go right after this post-game show. As everyone was saying, yeah, it's they didn't play up to their expectations. They played down to Widener. They knew as soon as that first goal was scored that this was going to be a walk, cakewalk.
Yeah, and it showed. I mean, giving up those 3 quick goals there, and yeah, they played decent defense. There's stuff they need to fix. Tomorrow, if they do the turnovers like tonight, like they did tomorrow against Loyal, they're in trouble tomorrow. So they got to clean that up. Rest. Maybe take a little skate this morning if they need tomorrow morning or whatever to get ready. It's going to be a whole different game tomorrow.
Loyola, a very tough team, and we'll have the full coverage here on Cross Ice Feed. 5:20 is puck drop, so we'll have it. Start about 5. You know how this goes.
It's kind of like 5:30, 5:45, but
well, knowing how the rink goes, it's a rink.
Yes.
But yes, so a good victory, 7-2 your score. I'm John Baranowski. He's Phillip Prevost. We'll send you some interviews, and then we'll cut it off. Join us tomorrow here on Cross Ice Feed. John Baranowski here with David Guiney. You had a great game tonight, a lot of heart out there. Tell us about that game and how it shaped up.
Well, we started off well and started going downhill, but we picked it up. We got the W, that's what mattered. But all in all, that was an okay game. We need to do better for tomorrow.
A lot of defensive breakdowns, as you mentioned. What happened out there? How can you guys fix that?
Well, we just need to make much better passes. We just couldn't complete our passes. That's the main thing.
All right, and I guess the important thing, moving on after a 7-2 victory, now Loyola tomorrow. What are you guys preparing? What's the feeling in the room?
Well, it's going to be a tough game tomorrow. We just need to step it up, make crisper passes, play the body more. We didn't play it too much tonight, but tomorrow will be better.
All right, so working the physical action. I can't wait to see it tomorrow. Any final thoughts on the game?
No, that's it.
All right, well, thank you very much, Guiney. I appreciate it. Good having you on.
Thank you.
John Baranowski here with Dan Vecchio, who got his first goal of the season tonight. So break it down for us.
We were just breaking it out of the zone. Jeff Egan gave it up to Connor Gear, and Connor Gear gave me a nice pass, and I just finished the garbage, really.
Hey, it counts. That's all that really matters, right?
That's true. That's all I care about.
A lot of love on this team, you can tell.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so what are your thoughts on this game? 7-2 victory, that's big. What's happening out there?
We played not up to our standards, I don't think. I mean, scoreboard doesn't really give the full story on what happened tonight, so we're happy with the win, but not all happy with our performance at the end of the day.
Gotcha. Now tomorrow, much tougher team, Loyola, coming into this barn. What's your plan? What's the thoughts in the room?
We need a stronger performance for sure. We're excited to get at it tomorrow. We need a W after that OT loss a few weeks ago.
All right, well, congratulations on your first goal, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you very much.